Everyone, and welcome to the Roots and Ropes podcast. I want to thank you for listening to today's episode and joining the community of the Roots and Ropes podcast. In this episode specifically, I'm going to talk about the concept that has changed my life, and I think it may change your life too. And that's purpose. Think about it this way: there's some time in between when I was born and when I'm going to die. That's my lifespan. I don't know how much time is in between that, but there's some time. The underlying question we're going to talk about today is, what do I want to do in between that? Small things on our bucket list, but that big underlying thing. So, not going surfing or going to Paris or getting a mansion. It's that big underlying thing. What do we want to spend the rest of our lives doing? That big underlying thing. And if you don't know the answer to that, well, that's okay, because that's what we're talking about today: finding our purpose in life. So let's get into it. Welcome to the Roots and Ropes podcast, episode number 4. We're talking about purpose with your host, Nathan. For those of you who don't know, here we generally talk about lessons, concepts, and ideas that will help us succeed, elevate ourselves, and deal with today's problems in this world. So, who is this for? This is for anyone who doesn't know their purpose. If you do know your purpose, actually, I would still recommend listening to this episode. Side note, you may see me vary between when I say passion and gift. I'd like to explain the difference because there is a difference. Your gift is your natural talent. Steve Harvey says it as what you do best in the least amount of time. And your passion is what you love. The difference is you may not always have a passion for your gift. You may not always love your gift. Right now, I'm going to tell you that your gift is given to you for a reason. There's a reason you have that gift. So don't be ashamed of it. But earlier in the previous episodes, I mentioned that you have to follow your passion. But I forgot to talk about gift. And we'll talk about this in a later episode. But I realized that you should follow your gift, not your passion. If you have a passion for your gift, that's even better. But if you don't, I would still tell you to go for your gift. It's your natural talent. It's what you were meant to do as a Christian. If you believe in God, it's your God given talent. It would be wrong to not use it. And it's best to know your gift or passion while we're talking in this episode. I would also recommend watching the Ikigai and Passion Project episodes if you haven't, but for now, let's just get into it. So, what is purpose? Purpose is the reason for living. It's the reason you're alive. The reason to alive may not be not to just live and die. What's your reason for living? So, looking at someone else's purpose, when you're finding your purpose today or in the future, however long it takes you for this process, it's okay to look at 4 or 5 purposes for inspiration or what one looks like. But more than that, you really need to start journaling, or if you don't know how to, have some time alone as soon as possible and really think about things. It's hard to copy someone else's purpose, not passion, but you may end up creating a different version of that. So don't do that. Different version meaning modifying it, but it's not really you. This is you. Finding your purpose, well, the first thing I would do is use your gift. Establish your gift and your purpose. Your gift is what you're good at, and your purpose is how you use it and why you use it. Again, that's how and why. Right now, don't think if it's sustainable or not, because even though you do have to incorporate that, from my experience, I've seen that you end up destroying your dreams. And your purpose can be big or small. Don't compare. Everyone is born for different reasons. So don't compare. Just think about you. Don't compare. It can be big or small. Again. And so answer these questions. These are the questions I've came up with. If you're religious, what is God calling you to do? I'm Christian, so I'm going to ask that question. But the alternative to that is, what is your soul, your inner mind, your gut telling you to do? Realize that that may change. As a religious person, God may call me to do something else. But right now, at this moment, I think that God is calling me to have an impact on the youth. And that may change. That may change for you guys too. But right now, that's what I feel that God is calling me to do. But how do you want to use the gifts you were given? How do you want to make an impact with them? Or how do you want to use them in your life? And people say they want to live a happy life. Sure, we all want to be happy. We've seen it before. When a teacher asks the question, everybody says, I want to be this career. I want to do that. There's that one person who says, I want to be happy. And you know the story from there. But how do you want to live a happy life? How do you want to live it? You say you want to live happy, but how do you want to do that? And do those big things excite you? That question will help you determine if your purpose, how big it's going to be. For example, maybe you want to be a monk, or maybe you want to be an entrepreneur. Both are amazing. Both have immense respect. And there are plenty of amazing monks, and there are plenty of amazing entrepreneurs. There's the Dalai Lama, Gargoyle Das, Byzantine monks, and amazing. But so is Jeff Bezos, Mark Zuckerberg, Bill Gates. And you're thinking, oh, Bill Gates and Jeff Bezos are nothing. Don't think about that. Don't compare them. They're each individuals. What do you want? What is your goal in life? Ask yourself these questions. What is your passion? And if you don't know, remember, check out the other episode. I think that will really help you. For right now, what's the flame inside of you? What group of people do you love dealing with? Is there a specific group? For example, kids, seniors, youth like us, adults, patients for a specific disease, or general hospital patients? Or is it just generally anyone? Is there an experience that you went through that you'd like to help people go? Is maybe leukemia, cancer, divorce? And if you did, by the way, I congratulate you. I know those are amazingly tough to go through. I've gone through one myself. So just a quick congratulations. And if you know one right now, it's a miracle that they're alive, so congratulate them. Is there a problem you'd like to solve? And remember, we're answering these questions down, we're writing them down. Have there been amazing ideas of being a specific person that you hid? Bring it out. Bring that amazing idea that you had and bring it out. And if it's money, it can be helping people achieve financial freedom or success. But helping achieve success is way too broad. You may want to narrow that down. How would you like to help people? Some questions from a book called The Success Principles for Teens. What words evoke emotion in you? What quotes evoke inspiration or again motion in you? What talents do you have? And emotion, not motion. What experiences have brought joy in you? Would you like to bring a specific moment or experience to people? Maybe that's multiple. Would you like to bring a specific emotion into people? Humor, inspiration, creativity. Is there a model you live by? How can you incorporate that? Was there something life changing? For me, that's been purpose, and that's concept of purpose. Has there been something life changing for you? Was there a goal you wanted to reach? Do you want to help certain people reach that goal? Was there a dream you had? Does that inspire you? Do you want to show it to others? Do you know people who have that same dream? Would you like to help them? Do you want to give back? How? In connecting the dots, after you've answered these questions, you want to connect the dots. So, what's the underlying thing? There will be one, and discover it. Answer the questions again if you need to, but there is that one underlying thing. There is that one specific thing. So, you need to find it. And if you haven't found it, I would recommend just sitting alone. And if you need to write down these questions, write them down and answering them. Sitting alone for half an hour, 2 hours, whatever it takes. But remember, it can be a long process or it can be a short process. Maybe you already know it. Maybe you don't. That's why you would sit alone. How would you like to use your gifts? If there is an experience, moment, or problem, maybe they require skills and there's passion, like recovering from cancer. Maybe you want to bring happiness to cancer patients. Or maybe you want to help kids with divorce, or teach college students how to be financially strong, or building a well in Africa. All of those are amazing. And even if they're such simple as teaching others how to live a happy life, or being a monk, or being connected with God, all of those are amazing. Don't compare. And you want to connect those answers into this one powerful statement that you can live by. You can wear it on yourself proudly. It's your identity. It should connect with your values. And it brings the similar stuff that you answer from those questions into up to three things at max. And you'll see what I mean later. These three parts are your passion, or your talents or gifts, the group of people, and what you're doing. Again, That's the group of people. So either maybe that's kids, youth, or generally, just generally anybody, what you're doing. So how are you making an impact? And your passion, talents, or gifts, as mentioned earlier. And you don't have to have all three of those. There doesn't have to be a group of people. It doesn't have to be what you're do. Actually, no. There has to be what you're doing, and there has to be passion. But there doesn't have to be a specific group of people. Or maybe it's just you. And now I'm going to talk about my purpose. I'm going to share what my purpose sounds. But do not change your purpose at all, except for sounding. If it doesn't maybe sound harmonic, but otherwise than that, do not change your purpose at all. This is just to make it sound better. Your purpose is yours, not anyone else's. Again, it can be however big or however small it is. So don't compare. Just think about you. You. Well, my purpose is to use my inspiration and knowledge to help the youth, our world's future, succeed, deal with today's problems, and make their lives easier. Again, that's to use my inspiration and knowledge to help the youth, our world's future, succeed, deal with today's problems, and make their lives easier. So now, again, do not change it, your purpose. Do not change it. If it doesn't sound nice, that's okay. My purpose, as you heard before, it's much bigger than that. That's just the overlining thing. It has different parts. Like no one teaches the youth how to make decisions. They teach adults how to fix them. And it goes into much bigger aspects. But for now, it's just covering that one big thing. And remember, it doesn't have to be a big thing that has a big impact. It can be however you feel like it. And keep your purpose simple. As I mentioned earlier, my purpose expands into many different parts, but it's still this one overlining sentence. All right, I'm sorry, but I have to say it again. Don't compare. Your purpose is amazing just the way it is. If you're still thinking that my purpose isn't have enough big of an impact, I want you to say that to yourself. Don't compare. Your purpose is amazing just the way it is. I want you to say it in your head until it gets stuck in your head, until you realize that your purpose is why you're here, and your purpose fine the way it is. As I mentioned earlier, I would recommend only looking up 4 or 5 purposes, and you've already heard one, mine. You can look them up online or go to a website and see the vision statement. That's a company based. Remember, you don't want to compare too much, or because if you start looking at so many of them, you'll start reconsidering your purpose. How to execute though. After you've found your purpose, after you've really found it, you discovered yourself, you discovered what you're meant to do. There's a reason that's there. It's to execute on that purpose. If you're trying to spread your message, the best platforms that I would use are Instagram, YouTube, or a website. Those are the 3 best platforms that I recommend to expand your purpose if you're trying to spread a specific messages. And for other purposes that don't apply to that, maybe it's just living the best life you have, which is completely okay. It depends on what it is. But all I can say is to go chase it. Age is not an excuse. There's nothing stopping you from chasing it right now other than yourself. You can put yourself out of the way and go chase your purpose. You can execute right now, no matter how young you are. A website can help you create products or courses and spread the messages of events, and a blog, and it can help you promote live events. Instagram can be the short things, like it's just to make everyone's day a little brighter with humor. Maybe post some short 3 minutes of you being funny if you're doing humor. Or YouTube can be the longer stuff with videos. That's it for today. I know that's an abrupt ending, but that's all I got to say on purpose. If you have any questions, shoot me an email. But that's it for today. Again, as mentioned earlier, if you love this episode of the Roots and Roasts podcast, be sure to subscribe if you enjoyed this episode. I hope you found or find your purpose, and hopefully this helped you. Again, I apologize for not saying gift and instead saying passion. And for me, my voice being down, I still need to work on my speaking skills. But thank you for listening to today's episode.